Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Columbia Chronicles Momcast. I'm Shante.
And I'm Tracy, and today we're talking about our recent trip to the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival.
And about our trip, we're going to be talking about what we did before our trip, during our trip, and after our trip.
All right, so yeah, I'm ready. You
ready?
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, I was a little razzled. Y'all ready? Well, come on, let's do this. So, for the planning portion of the trip, I'll give you a little bit of background. So we bought our first passes to Disney World back in 2012. It was a long time ago. We were living in Ocala at the time, and I've just always had this love for Disney. And living in Ocala, like an hour and a half or so away from Disney, I was like, "You kidding me? Like we could go to Disney all the time." So I got my tax return. I put the down payment down when I did it. Then the down payment was $100 for each pass. And then you pay the monthly fee for the Florida resident pass program. So I did it. And then from there on, we just kept renewing them, because your previous year's pass counts as the down payment for the next year's once you renew. So ever since then, with the exception of with COVID, because how our passes were, I want to say our passes expired like the end of February every year.
Yes.
So then February 2020, we couldn't renew because Disney stopped renewing passes. I was so hurt, so hurt. And then when they came back, then it was $200 per person for the down payment. I was like, jeez. I mean, I really wanted them passes, but honey, at the time, how many of us were in the house? I think it was a lot.
One
Whatever it
less
was.
than what it is now.
Yeah, it was a lot of people, and I was like, I can't. I couldn't. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So I waited, and then last year, I was working and we had a little, extra coin. So I put my little coin together, saved it up, and then boom, I did the down payment. So here we are, we're pass holders again. So the tradition has always been that we go, of course, we'll go various times throughout the year, but we always would go for birthdays. So the way our tradition went is that we would go, of course, other times throughout the year, but it was mandatory. We would go for birthdays, and whose ever birthday it was, they would choose the park. So I would always choose Epcot because Epcot has always been my favorite because number one, I don't ride rides. Okay. When I was young, that whole belly flipping stuff, like that was cool. Yeah, not no more. I don't like it. So I don't ride rides. So Epcot is perfect for me. Go around, and I'm just very interested in different cultures and stuff like that. So in Epcot, you go around the World Showcase. That's my favorite part. If I just go to Epcot and do the World Showcase every time, I will be good to go. But outside of that, there are two festivals that they have every year. It's the Flower and Garden in the spring, which is going on now until May 27th. And then there's one in the fall, the Food and Wine Festival. And during each of the festivals, they bring out extra. So you still have all the countries around the world, but they bring out extra. Well, for Flower and Garden, sorry. Um, they don't bring out extra countries, but they'll bring out extra little, almost like kiosks. They'll bring out and have different foods at each kiosk and stuff like that. In the fall, when they do Food and Wine, then they bring out other countries, because I know, like, for some years it's been Greece, Australia. I remember. I think
New Zealand was one.
They did have a New Zealand, because I think that's where we got the lamb.
No, I think that's the one that had that lava cake that I wanted. No, maybe that was Ireland that had the lava cake that I wanted to try.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that might have been Ireland.
Yeah, but either way, it's always a good time. So, Flower and Garden Festival just started on February 28th. Okay, so we made our first visit with the little kids this past week. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. So, with both of the festivals, you could pick up a little passport like this, and the passport tells you um, what the dates are, of course, for the festival. It tells you about the topiaries and the gardens, which that'll be a whole nother podcast because I love plants so much, and looking at those topiaries, and it's like so amazing that a person has that kind of skill to be able to make topiaries that look like these characters that we all love. So they have outdoor kitchens. Of course, they have merchandise, child, but you know how that goes. So in the passport, it also shows you the fun for kids. So things that kids can do, which I know we found a couple in particular for the kids. So that was always very exciting. Other than that, planning, it's just planning for the actual park. You, of course, have to have your bag for the baby because we took the baby and the 2-year-old. So, of course, you have to have your bag for the baby, and the bag has the wipes, the obligatory extra outfit. It's got the diapers in there, the bottles. Shantae brought her pumps because if you know, you know, okay? And my granddaughter, she does not play when it comes time to eat. So, yeah, Shantae had to have all the little, everything had to be on deck, okay? We also brought a stroller. So we brought her stroller, which her stroller is the kind that the car seat will click into. But my girl's a big girl, so we just reclined her in the car, in the stroller, and that's how she navigated the day. Once we got to the park, we got a stroller. We rented a stroller from Disney for my 2-year-old, my grandson. Just because we don't want him, you get tired. Shoot, we get tired walking around the World Showcase. So we knew he would be tired. It was hot, and it comes with the little shade. Shoot, while you playing, we get a stroller for the 4 and 5-year-old when we go. Okay, we bought a double stroller. Well, actually, I realized that the double stroller is more expensive than getting two singles. The double stroller is $31. The two singles is $15 a piece. So my math was math, and so we get two singles. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we did. We didn't, as far as planning what we were gonna do, we didn't really have a plan. This was our first time going, so we just kind of were going to see, what's new this year, and a regular little what's what of what was going on. So I'm going to let Shantae talk about what we did once we got into the park. Over to you, Shantae.
So when we got into the park, if you've ever been to Epcot, you know that once you pass through the ball and you do your bathroom breaks, whatever you need to do, get your coffee. Once you get to the very beginning, I know Topiaries is going to be in another episode itself, but they had the Encanto topiary that was right in front before you start either side of the showcase. So you could go to the left and start heading to Mexico, or you could go to the right and start heading through Canada. And this time we went through Canada because it seems like when you start on the Canada side, you end up walking around the world a lot faster. And I believe it's because you're kind of going against the grain, so it's not as congested with a bunch of people going the same way because most people would like to go through Mexico first. So we went through Canada, and I know we ate food. We did take some pictures before we ate at the little entrance for the Kid Cod area. Mm-hmm. We took some pictures.
Beautiful pictures.
And, we did still see some topiaries on the way. We did. And I think the first place that we stopped at was Joffrey's, what is it,
Coffee and Tea Company.
Coffee and Tea Company, which is kind of like, it's just their version, like imagine like a Disney version of a Starbucks. That's basically what they are. And we tried the citrus frosted iced tea.
Yep.
I thought it was pretty good. Everybody else, they didn't, no one thought it was gross, but not everyone else really cared for it too much, but I liked it. But they did cheat us because mine, it wasn't frosted. The non-alcoholic version was not frosted. It was just poured over ice, and we did not get the glazed orange peel that it's supposed to have.
Right.
But you know what? I still thought it was good, so a win is a win.
And let me tell you, not a win is a win. And let me tell you, honey, about this alcoholic one. So I was like, well, you know what? Because it would have been $15 for the alcoholic version. So I was like, dang, $15. But I was like, you know what? We're going to try it. So I get up there and I'm like, oh, okay. Let me, I want the alcoholic version of the citrus frosted iced tea. So the guy was like, single or double. I was like, oh. So he tempted me. I got a double. Because I was thinking like, oh, it's Disney. They're probably a little light-handed, blah, blah, blah. No. And then another rookie mistake I made, I didn't stir it up. I didn't think that they were just going to pour the liquor on top. But they definitely did. They poured that vodka straight on top, okay? Because it was like a clear layer. And then I had my frosted, tea down in the bottom. And still no garnished orange peel, glazed orange peel. I had a whole attitude about it. I thought they had just cheated me, but then Shantae was like, no, none of them had it. So that was that. Okay. That was that from Joffrey's. From Joffrey's, then we headed on because the Joffrey's we stopped at was in between Canada and United Kingdom. So we finished there. Then we walked through United Kingdom and went to a little, like, go down the street. It looks like I'm imagining, because I've never been to London. I'm imagining that it's supposed to look like a London streetscape. Very cute little, quaint street. So we went down there, went through the tea garden that they have, and then we headed on over to France. So I'm going to talk about France, okay? Because I have a whole attitude about France. And I'm going to tell you why I have an attitude about France. So when I went with Shantae, that was actually my second time at the Flower and Garden Festival this year. So the first time we went, they have this croissant. Let me find the description for this croissant, okay? Okay. It's a croissant with goat cheese, herbs, and roasted garlic, okay? Let me tell you something. First of all, those croissants are delicious. They have a little bakery in the back of France where we go back there and we'll get a croissant. You can get a regular one or a chocolate one. But this one with the goat cheese, I mean, it was so, I'm not even a bread lover like that. But this croissant was so good. It was just flaky, and then the cheese was warm, and the herbs and garlic tasted so fresh. I mean, it was so good, so delicious. So I was like, boom, we're gonna get one again today. So we get in line, we like, the lady come through the line and say they don't got no more croissants. I had a whole attitude about it. Just saying, I had an attitude about it. I did, and I probably shouldn't have, but I did. I was hot because I really wanted that croissant again. So that was that. So we got out of line, went on about our business, and where did we go to next? So we left France. What's next to France? Is it Italy? Oh, after France, we stopped at La Isla Fresca, where we got the Impossible Beef Patty and the, what is that drink called? The Tropical Breeze and the Tropical Slush. Yeah. The Impossible Jamaican Beef Patty.
Yes, it was absolutely delicious. That was really good.
I'm gonna let her talk about it because, honey, I'm gonna post this video. She killed it. Okay, go ahead.
So how they give you the Impossible Beef Patty, and it comes in one of those cardboard type baskets, that fast food places like to put fries and stuff like that in. So it came with it was a papaya syrup.
Spicy papaya syrup, yes.
So then they had it drizzled over it, and I was like, hey, does anybody else want any more? Because I planned on finishing it, but I didn't want to just eat it, and someone else planned on getting another bite. So I was like, hey, are you guys done? Everyone's like, oh, yeah, I'm good. So I go, and I take my last little chunk I had, and I'm scraping I was scraping the sides
footage
of the cardboard because it was so good with the syrup on it as well. It was so good. So I was making sure, we got the money's worth. So I had to make sure all the syrup was on my little piece that I had left. And it was delicious. I thought it was absolutely delicious. And the drink, the tropical
slush.
Tropical slush. Now that one actually was a slush.
Yeah.
It was very good. And we got the alcoholic version of that one as well. It was very, very strong.
Yes. At darn Q wasn't playing no games.
Imagine like just a chunk of slush just floating in alcohol. That's literally what it was. Like it was floating.
Well, it was probably alcohol and a little bit of lemonade. Because I got a single with that one.
I didn't, but the thing is, I didn't even taste any lemonade. I tasted the
grapefruit.
What is it? Yeah. Vodka?
Grapefruit, rum.
Rum. So I tasted rum and the grapefruit. That's all I tasted at the very beginning. But as we went on and walked a little bit, then it started to melt down, and I stirred it, and I had the nerve to be squeezing the lime in it and everything, and then it was pretty good. I thought it was good then. After it melted down a little bit, because I'm definitely not a drinker. Like I can take shots all day, but I am not a drinker whatsoever. So it was actually good. That was definitely something that I could sip on after it melted down a little bit. after it has to have melted for a little bit, and the lime, squeezing the lime in there. Because then I taste grapefruit and lime.
Right.
And then it wasn't as harsh.
Yeah.
So that I thought that was pretty good.
So I agree with you that the grapefruit was a little bit overpowering. I mean, because that's all you tasted in the very beginning, just bitter. And then it went from just bitter to just liquor. I was like, "Ooh, all right, yep." So, but like she said, like Shantae said, when you stirred it up and the ice melted a little bit, then it was really, really good. So I think she finished that.
I did finish it. I'm not even gonna lie. I sure did. I finished the patty and the drink. Sure did. Yeah, it was good. You guys have to try it. It was delicious.
It was good. It was. So we didn't get anything from Morocco. Ooh.
Morocco.
We didn't get anything from Morocco because there was nothing there at the time that really um, struck our fancy. So we were like, In Japan, we were gonna get the ramen cup because I had it on a previous trip, and it was actually really refreshing. But the line was too long, so we didn't go.
Wait, they had something else there too.
The watermelon strawberry lemonade.
Oh yeah, we said we're gonna do.
Yeah, so while we're here, we're gonna be highlighting stuff that we want to try the next time. So definitely
because I think that texture
this will come on
the passport.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh,
it's all right. And then look at in Morocco they have a pomegranate mimosa. Okay, I like it. All right, so after we left Morocco, we moseyed on.
Wasn't that when we got to America?
We went to the American Adventure, and I know we're not talking about topiaries this time, but honey, whoever did that Tiana, I'm gonna include the picture also. But whoever did that Tiana topiary, they did my favorite princess justice. Okay, honey, Tiana looks so good. Her topiary is amazing. Amazing. So the food place in the American Adventure is called Magnolia Terrace. And we tried, Shantae tried the muffaletta panini, and then I did the spicy chicken gumbo. So how was the panini? I didn't eat it because it had cheese. And
the panini, what was the cheese? It was mortadella cheese. So if you guys have ever been to the Tampa area, you know that you can get a Cuban sandwich pretty much anywhere you look. It's so easy to find a Cuban sandwich. That's exactly what that panini tastes like. It just had that different cheese, the mortadella cheese, and they put an olive salad on top. But I mean, I don't like olives. Apparently my son does, found that out. But I do not like olives, so I kind of just, picked them off my bread, off the sandwich, because I just don't like olives. I don't. So those were the only differences between that panini and a Cuban was the mortadella cheese, and they put olive salad on top because it was still the ham, the salami, and all that. So it tastes almost exactly the same. And I thought it was really, really good. That was delicious.
And me, I had the spicy chicken gumbo. Now, spicy chicken gumbo, the description, it's spicy chicken gumbo with andouille sausage and long grain and wild rice. So it was delicious. It was. It was really good. But I'm going to tell you, whoever made the gumbo when I went on Friday, they need to be the ones that make it all the time. Okay? They definitely do, because it was banging on Friday. I mean, it was good on Monday. It was good. But Friday, banging, okay? I just felt that y'all should know that. Banging, okay? All right. So then after the American Adventure, we moved on. We walked through Italy. No one was really impressed about anything going on in Italy.
There was a gelato place that I said I wanted to try next time. Their flavors did sound pretty good.
Is that Italy? Where is the gelato? I think that's just a regular place. I don't think that's for the festival. I think it's just a regular place because it's not even in there.
It's not in Italy, but
Oh, they have an Italian margarita with limoncello. That's on the list to try. We went through Germany, and I wanted to try these potato pancakes, but that line was also very long. And then they have this toasted pretzel bread with Black Forest ham and melted cheese, which I'm going to put on the list because that sounds really, really good. Even though I shouldn't be having that cheese, but sounds really good. Really, really good.
It does.
After that, there was the Outpost, which we call Africa, but it's the Outpost. It's the Outpost. They have a lavender martini at the Outpost. See how we picking out all the...
That sounds interesting.
All the liquor. Hey, we're going to have to spend the night. Shoot. All this liquor. We went by China. So China, we didn't get anything because all three of the things that they have, we've tried them before at previous years. They had a spicy mala chicken skewer with creamy peanut sauce, which is really good. We had it some years, in previous years, and it was really, really good. The cheesy crab wontons. If you've had wonton or crab rangoon, that's basically what they are. And then pan fried vegetable dumplings.
Those are really good.
Yeah, they are really good. But we did say we wanted to try this mango bubble tea, which is non-alcoholic. Okay, we're gonna try the mango bubble tea. They do have this thing called a tropical moon. It's vodka, triple sec, passion fruit syrup, soda water, and white boba pearls.
Ooh.
Yeah,
triple sec is crazy.
That's probably just a little bit. Triple sec is. They never put a whole bunch.
They had me a little traumatized after that citrus frosted. I don't know.
I don't think that had no triple sec in it though.
No. I'm talking because you said it might just be a little bit. They're putting two different types of alcohol in there.
Well, triple sec is more of a liqueur than the liquor. I'm just saying. Anyway, okay. All right. So in Mexico, we didn't get anything then either because again the line was long. So I mean, for the places where the line was long, we just have to plan next time, and maybe we'll plant somebody and do something. I don't know, but I do want to try. I'm not even gonna butcher this word, okay? This name, but it's some pepper braised pork on fried corn shells with black beans, shredded cabbage, crema mexicana, queso fresco, and chives. Sounds delicious, so I'm gonna highlight it. I shouldn't be eating nothing with no queso fresco in it, but I'm gonna do it. Well, and then they have, looks like they have guava flan. Oh, that sounds good. Because I like flan. I can't sit and eat a whole bunch of it, but I genuinely like it. But for me, it's a texture thing. I don't do puddings and like bread pudding, banana pudding, all that stuff. Only pudding I will do is rice pudding. But other than that, I don't do puddings. So that's my issue with flan. But I do want to try this guava flan. I really do. Really, really do. All right, so after that, so after we got to Mexico, we went back. Bless you.
Thank you.
We went back through the Citrus Blossom. It's now in this place called the Odyssey. So I don't know if you've ever been to Epcot, but the Odyssey is this, looks like a big circle building, and it's right next to Test Track. So we walked through there. We thought that it was gonna be like it was another place, another place for the festival, but no, it was like a little food court. So got our feelings hurt just a little bit. I mean, they did have some festival stuff, but nothing to write home about. You know what I mean? Like
that. The smoothie did sound good.
Which one? The orange lemon?
Yes.
Oh, I was looking at the key lime wine slush.
The one. What is it called again? You said that grandma used to make.
Oh, Shandy.
Shandy.
Oh yeah. Shandy, half beer, half lemonade. Shandy is delicious. So maybe we'll try that. That one's from California. So after that, we walked through the Citrus Blossom, and we came back out on the other side of Test Track. So, and we saw this little place, and it's at, what is it called again?
The Refreshment Outpost.
The Refreshment Outpost, we think it's called. And they have like, you could make your own slushy. You could choose your own slushy. Then you could choose candy to put on top of it. I'm like, dang, now we should have went there before we started going around the world. Because, something cool before you go around the world where it's all hot, that would have been wonderful. Definitely want to try this brunch cart. They have avocado toast, biscuits and gravy, fried cinnamon roll bites. That sounds so good. Sounds really good.
Those do.
Right. And then we went, so after we left the refreshment outpost, then we made a left and we were over in World Discovery, which is also still near Test Track. And so on one side they had festival kiosks, and then on the other side they had a playground for the kids where and if that wasn't at the end of the day for us, then we definitely would have let Luca out and let him go play and swing and stuff like that. I did get a video of it, but we gotta plan a little bit differently when we go back. And with traveling, it's just so different because you have different age groups, and this group may be interested in this and that one not in that. So I'm glad that we found that. So next time we go back, we'll definitely let Luca play for a little bit. Then after that, what? That was it, no?
We took another bathroom break before heading back home.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom, while I went to the bathroom with my son, then my mom went and returned the stroller that we rented.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone made sure to meet back up. And then we were pretty much out after that.
Yep. So after, I will tell you a little bit about, Selena's ride in the park. So Selena, like I said, she was in her stroller. My girl was reclined, probably at like a 45-degree angle or so. And when I tell you she chilled the entire time we were there, she was just chilling, just looking around and smiling and laughing with the people. So she had a really good day that day, and so did Luca.
Luca, there were no meltdowns, no issues. He tried to get him to take some pictures. He didn't want to do that.
Yeah, and I have proof because he's like this. Yeah, he meant he wasn't taking pictures. Yeah, he did.
But he also had a good day when we went. So both of them did really well.
Yeah, it was lots of fun. And then on the way back,
would you like to share?
No.
Oh,
I'm still traumatized.
So so since it's about an hour and a half drive, I was gonna drive there, and the plan was for me to drive there and my mom drive back. But Selena had other plans in mind. So then I ended up getting in the back with Selena and Luca because Selena was hungry. So I ended up getting in the back to feed her. So then my mom ended up driving there. And then I was driving back. But, after walking around, everyone's tired. So my mom was like, oh, yeah, on the way back home, I'm going to take a nap. Well,
Selena said, no, you're not.
Selena, once again, had other plans.
Right.
And coming from the Orlando area back to where we are, you do pass through Brandon, which is a little south of Tampa. And that's just about when she quieted down. So she was pretty much, hollering the whole trip till it got to about 20 minutes till we're home. So, it didn't even make sense trying to take a nap when we were going to be home in about 20 minutes anyway. So,
yep,
no one took a nap on the way there or on the way back.
Thanks to Selena.
Yes.
And she probably dozed off during the day in her stroller too.
She definitely did. I forgot. She definitely did. She did.
See?
I think she took 2 separate naps while we were in the park.
And see, and that's the thing with traveling with kids. You have your plan and then stuff happens. So, we've learned just you gotta be flexible.
You have to adapt and play it by ear.
Oh yeah. You don't always like it, but you gotta be flexible. So we did. We had a really great time at the Flower and Garden Festival, and we will be returning because this is a lot to do in just one day, or in just one visit. It's a lot to do and a lot to see. So we're definitely gonna do another podcast with the topiaries, talking about the topiaries that we did see, which I think we got most of them. And then we're gonna do other updates as well for the new foods that we try. So far on this trip, we tried the Impossible Jamaican beef patty, which we agreed it's 2 thumbs up. So you should try that. We tried the citrus frosted tea, which was okay. Shantae, like she said, she loved it, but it was okay. We tried what's that drink called? The Tropical Breeze.
Yes.
We tried that, and that was pretty good once it melted down and everything. What else?
The gumbo and the panini.
Oh, yes, the gumbo and the panini, which both of them, 2 thumbs up. Love those.
It was delicious. Definitely.
And that was all we tried for that day. So very successful trip, and everything was actually relatively good. It was pretty good. So if there's something that you think we should try next time we go, definitely let us know in the comments. Follow us on Spotify because that's where our podcast is hosted, but it's also available on Apple Podcasts. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, all of it. We're the Quimby Chronicles. So thank you so much for being part of our Quimby crew. Yeah, we came up with that. We like it. We like it. That's what
they do. They have to like it.
We're going to call y'all
crazy.
Yes, we're going to call y'all the Quimby crew, okay? So thank you for being part of the Quimby crew. And for those of you who have listened to our podcast, who are listening now, who have listened in the past, thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate you liking our little mom cast, our little conversations, our weekly conversations. So, unless Shantae has anything, all right. Well, we will see you next week. Thank you so much for joining our chat, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.